That arrogant noble once brushed aside a cake made by a cook simply because it was made with potatoes, an ingredient he believed belonged to the poor. Without a second thought, he fired the cook on the spot. The treatment wounded the cook deeply, as he never understood why food ingredients needed to be labeled as noble or lowly. He then left the noble's residence and returned to his hometown. There, he sank into despair and lost his passion for cooking entirely, until one day, a woman came to him and begged to learn from him. At first, he refused, believing he was done with the culinary world, but the woman kept insisting. She even waited outside his house all night, and her sincerity finally softened his heart. He accepted her as his student. Not long after they began training together, the noble's chief servant arrived with a message. The noble would be passing through the area the next day, and if the cook could present a dish that satisfied him, he would be offered his job back. Hearing this, the cook and his student worked tirelessly to prepare the finest dish they could, but disaster struck. Some spilled oil ignited a fire that quickly spread through the storage room. The cook's hands were burned, leaving him unable to cook. He nearly gave up, but his student refused to lose hope and took over, preparing the dish while following his guidance from the side. To their surprise, the result turned out excellent. When the noble passed by, the cook stood by the roadside with the dish in hand, hoping the carriage would stop, but it sped past him without even slowing down, humiliating him once again, without the noble showing the slightest hint of remorse. Sometime after the incident, the cook suffered an accident and was unconscious for 3 full days. When he awoke, he found soldiers eating downstairs. His student had transformed the house into a small restaurant. She sliced potatoes into long strips and fried them until crispy, what would later be known as the first fried potatoes in their region. With firm conviction, the woman declared that if the noble despised potatoes, then they would win the hearts of the people through dishes made from potatoes. Her words reignited the cook's spirit. Together, they built a restaurant that gradually became the most popular place in the city. Their success eventually reached the ears of the arrogant noble. He sent his chief servant to announce an official visit. A few days later, the noble's carriage arrived at the restaurant. Once again, a plate of potato cake was presented to him, offending his pride. But the restaurant was packed with customers, leaving him no room to complain. The woman had intentionally gathered a crowd so everyone could witness how the cook had once been humiliated by that noble.